Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day as usual. To start things off, cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase announced on Wednesday that it was making strides towards its goal of operating a federally regulated broker-dealer. Chief Operating Officer and President Hasif Hirji wrote in a company blog post that the firm is in the process of acquiring a broker-dealer license, an alternative trading system license, and a registered investment advisor license. Once it has these licenses, the company intends to seek approval from the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, or the SEC, who we're always talking about, in the Financial Industry Regulator Authority, or the FINRA, to offer blockchain-based securities. Part of this effort includes Coinbase's acquisition of Keystone Capital Corporation, Venovate Marketplace, and Digital Wealth LLC. He said, "We believe this is an important moment for the crypto ecosystem and yet another indication of the maturation of the crypto economy. If approved, these licenses will set Coinbase on the path to offer further future services that include crypto security trading, margin and over-the-counter trading, and new market data products. Beyond merely offering its own securitized tokens," Hirji said, Coinbase could tokenize existing security products, bringing to the space the benefits of cryptocurrency-based markets. These benefits would include real-time settlement, transparent chain of title, and 24/7 trading, he said. The move comes just weeks after Coinbase announced it had acquired decentralized crypto relay platform Paradex, and that it was planning to rebrand its GDAX service as Coinbase Pro, as previously reported. I think a fire has been lit under Coinbase because they realize exactly what's happening. There are a number of exchanges who already offer multiple coins, and they don't really, they're either out of the jurisdiction of the SEC or have already listed these coins, or already allowing fiat pairing. Coinbase only allows a couple of coins. I get that they're trying to do everything as legally as possible, but they're going to fall behind very quick. So this is why I said I think a fire has been lit under them and they're trying to move forward with this as possible, because it's still my firm belief, if Binance adds fiat pairings before Coinbase can add additional coins, Binance is going to completely blow them out of the water. No chance of Coinbase being as strong as they are now. Next up, we move to Switzerland. Hypothekarbank Lenzburg has become the first bank in Switzerland to provide business accounts to blockchain and cryptocurrencies companies. This is incredibly important because a lot of crypto projects have actually been closed down because they cannot find a bank. While Falcon Private Bank has provided crypto asset management services since last year, Hypothekarbank Lenzburg CEO Mariana Videdi confirmed that they are the first bank in the country to open company accounts for blockchain and crypto-related fintech companies. Videdi said, "As a bank that sets itself up technologically and pursues a cooperative strategy in the field of fintech, it is also a matter of credibility to work together with the young sector of crypto and blockchain companies in Switzerland." Videdi noted that she is aware that of the money laundering problem in the area of crypto companies and for initial coin offerings. The bank reportedly examined the relevant risk and compliance issues very precisely, in addition to informing the Swiss Financial Market Supervisory Authority, or FINMA, before deciding to cooperate with crypto startups. According to Videdi, the Hypothekarbank Lenzburg is reportedly very selective in accepting new customers and recently has taken only 2 companies from the crypto industry. Before accepting a new client, the bank performs a rigorous due diligence process. Very good to hear that there are other banks who are finally kind of getting it, because this has become a major problem in a lot of countries. I think I spoke about this, it had to be a couple of times before, but it's very rare for a bank to kind of give the thumbs up, and I'm not exactly certain if other people outside of Switzerland are allowed to use this bank as well, or if you have to already be in some type of residential position in order to use this Swiss bank, if you will. Next up, Fidelity is in the news, and I was kind of not taken aback by this, but I find it very interesting that this is happening at this time. Multi-trillion-dollar asset manager Fidelity Investments is building a cryptocurrency exchange, internal job postings have revealed. According to Business Insider, the Boston, Massachusetts-based firm has advertised internally for a DevOps system engineer to help engineer, create, and deploy a digital asset exchange to both a public and private cloud. Citing anonymous sources with knowledge of the matter, they're always anonymous, the publication further reported that Fidelity, which currently manages $2.4 trillion in assets, has been planning the initiative for approximately 1 year. The company is also seeking staff to develop first-in-class custodian services for Bitcoin and other digital currencies. The latter position falls under the Fidelity Digital Asset Service Division, which handles the firm's limited cryptocurrency-related services. At present, select clients can link their Coinbase accounts to the Fidelity portfolios, enabling them to view their cryptocurrency holdings on the Fidelity platform alongside their other investments. I guess this should have been a bit of foreshadowing if you were able to link your Coinbase account to Fidelity. This new service would allow Fidelity to hold crypto assets directly. It's not clear whether the cryptocurrency exchange would be available on the main Fidelity platform or whether it will exist as a separate entity under the company's umbrella, nor is it clear when the venue would launch. I'm going to say, I don't know the people behind Fidelity, but I'm going to guess that it'll probably be sometime in 2018. Everything seems to be happening in 2018. Not one company so far has mentioned that they plan on launching anything in 2019, because this is still the time when they say that all the money will be entering the market. But it's interesting to hear that another somebody who was into, or a company that was into stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and all the like, that they're now looking to not only build a cryptocurrency exchange, but have some type of like a custody service for people who are looking to hold their cryptocurrencies, and you'll then be able to hold it with them. Like I said, everything that we have now in the crypto space that we're used to seeing, I think will eventually be taken over by major companies, because I think they're finally starting to get it. But the problem is that where decentralization was a major player in the cryptocurrency space, I have a feeling a lot of that will be, I don't want to say compromised, but you guys kind of get what I'm saying. These companies that we use now, or these websites that we use now, will have to find a way to stay out front, because things like Fidelity are going to make sure that they become number one and that they get all the profits at the end of the day. Mike Novogratz is in the news. This guy is in the news just about every single day because he is, at least my firm belief, I know he has like tons of Bitcoin, but he is one of the people who likes to talk about it along with that other guy. I can't remember his name right now. In an interview with Bloomberg on June 5th, Mike Novogratz, a billionaire and former hedge fund investor, shared his views on the future of cryptocurrencies. CEO and founder of Galaxy Digital Capital Management, Novogratz also spoke about the need for regulation in the cryptocurrency world. When asked about why an institution would want to come before the SEC or the Department of Justice, he said, "Regulators don't come for retailers. Their job is to protect the retail. Regulators come for institutions. They miss this completely, and as there is no one pointing on it." However, towards the end of 2017, the cryptocurrencies went from the small market cap to almost $1 trillion worth of market cap. Regulators got worried when people around the world started talking about cryptocurrencies and popular people started pitching the coins. This is the truest sentence I think I have read in my entire life. We were very close to hitting $1 trillion sometime around January. And I remember there was a lot of buzz around it, because if we had hit $1 trillion, this would have been another, what's it called? It would have made us more valid in the institutional space. And then we had tons of news during a 2-week period of multiple countries talking about they were going to ban cryptocurrencies, they didn't like cryptocurrencies, and this is what I firmly believe was all coordinated. We were well on our way. There are a lot of people who still believe, and I'm one of them, that Bitcoin was on its way to around $25,000 into $30,000, and the rest of the market would have completely exploded as well. But $1 trillion is a lot of money, and I'm pretty sure everything that happened was coordinated, because there's no way that 11 countries would also all decide at the exact same time that they were all going to say that they were going to ban cryptocurrencies. There's just no way in this entire world. Novogratz further confirms that regulators are slowly getting involved. He said they are going after fraud and market manipulation. This is healthy, according to him, as it will remove all the unnecessary things from the system. On the other hand, he feels that there are bigger decisions to be made. The regulators have said that Bitcoin is not a security, but they have not ruled on Ethereum yet. He said the regulators will say that Ethereum was probably a security and they are stuck because they weren't ahead. There was a group of tokens that were issued, probably 2,500 in total, but in reality, 200 that matter that are in a regulatory no man's land. They have to figure out how to deal with that, and they are working on that right now. He feels that the regulators may take out law firms, tokens, or promoters of cryptocurrencies to make it clear to the people that they must play by the rules. We heard this yesterday from the people behind the SEC when they said that Bitcoin was not a security. They said that they would not bend the rules, as they said, when it came to the Howey test, which is a bit disappointing for a number of reasons, not because of that. Whatever, if you have securities, that's totally fine. The rules are a bit too old to be able to deal with cryptocurrencies properly. You can't have an 80-year-old law that existed before Wi-Fi, before Ethernet cables, before the internet, before cryptocurrencies, and say that it still applies to everything that we have right now. There was also, like I said, 3 or 4 days ago, there was rumors that there was a meeting that the SEC and other people had actually declared Ethereum as a security, or they said that it was a security when they performed their ICO. But they decided not to press charges or penalize them because of the lack of, what's it called? It was like there was no precedence for what they did. It was really like, I think, the first ICO that we ever had in the space. So they said they can't really blame them because they may not have known exactly that they were performing a security at the time. Still no official answer from the SEC. I feel like a lot of what's going on is once again planned. I don't know if they are in cahoots with other people, exactly what's going on, but you know that they know exactly what they're going to declare many of these coins as. Don't know what's really taking them so long, but this is kind of where we are right now. So I agree with Novogratz on a couple of issues. I think it's great that a lot of the ICOs that have been frauding people, I think like, what is it? I think like $15 billion or something like that this year alone has been completely lost because of ICOs that were, around and it completely disappeared. I like that aspect. I already think that the coins that we have should be enough. We don't need 1,600 coins. So if there was never an ICO anymore, that's perfectly great. Coins were launched before without ICOs, and it definitely could be that way again. But I feel like a lot of it is, how do I say this? What the US is doing is going to set a precedent for the rest of the world. And it's also going to cause the cryptocurrency space to be held back in the US. And this is why we're seeing things like Switzerland and other countries coming forward and, picking up the weight. And I think America is, at least in my opinion, is going to be left behind because they seem rather stubborn. That's just how I kind of feel in this situation. I wish they would do a bit more research or be a bit more flexible when it came to the rules and weren't so concerned about market manipulation, because the US dollar is like the most manipulated thing in the entire world. Next up, we have, so yesterday, there was news that historically on the 6th of every month, Bitcoin sees a bit of a rally, as it is like the, whatever it might be. On the 6th of every single month, the Bitcoin goes up and the rest of the market goes up. So they were saying that this could be the beginning of a bullish sign for the rest of the market. And they say, or the rumor is, that at the moment that the market is still showing these signs, that Bitcoin could hit somewhere around the $8,000 mark or slightly above. I was reading another article, funny enough, and it was talking about like, how did it say? It was like the boring crypto market. I'm one of these people now. When you have a market reacting a certain way for a long time, even if the market is, going straight up, or even if it's going straight down, you have an indication of kind of what's happening or what the mood is in the market. The fact of the matter is the market is constantly just going sideways. There's nothing really happening anywhere. And I've noticed a lot of people in the comment section also asking, why isn't the market moving? I'm also just as perplexed as you are. Believe me, I don't understand it. There hasn't been, we've had a large amount of good news, and we've had a tiny sliver of like bad news when it comes to like hacks, 51% attacks, DDoS attacks. I think Thailand, I want to say, I think they're banning like crypto miners in their country. So, there's always a sliver of bad news. But when it comes down to it, I don't think anyone knows anymore. I don't know if no, people haven't run out of money to put into the market. I don't know what exactly is going to be the catalyst to raise the market back up. If, you know, hundreds of billions of dollars need to be injected into it, if Coinbase needs to announce something, I really don't know anymore. I don't think anyone knows. I wish I had an answer for you. There doesn't seem to be a reason why the market should just be flowing sideways, or even Bitcoin's price. You would assume that Bitcoin not being declared a security, even though there was a small chance of that happening, just the news of that would have caused a little spike in price. It's all kind of odd. Don't really know what's going on anymore. The amount of news that we have about the space being formed for institutional investors and or very rich people, and how they will be able to buy, sell, trade, and or hold cryptocurrencies is enormous. It's been absolutely insane the last couple of months, not even days. And you would have assumed that there would have been some type of price movement. But again, there's a lot of news that the prices are being manipulated. And there's a lot of news that, how do I say this? Not to drag this video on at all, believe me. It comes down to what I was thinking before, and what I was saying is, if you pay attention to how, okay, so long story short, if you are trading Bitcoin back and forth and you have millions of dollars and you are trading these coins, etc., you know, back and forth, and you are day trading, you tend to, at the end of the day, you'll come out with around, you know, $50,000 as a profit if you're trading this million back and forth. But if this goes on for days and days and months, I think that the amount of Bitcoin that is being held by the 0.1% is being accumulated, and none of us actually realize it. I think that they realize what's going to happen to the market when prices do eventually start going back up. And I think that they're filling their bags in ways that we couldn't begin to imagine. This is why I think the prices are just constantly, if you look at the charts, it's just going up and down, and it's been going this way for quite some time. Even when we have like slight bursts in price, we usually fall exactly back to where we were, you know, 4, 5, 6, 7 days ago. And, you know, usually on this chart, you can't really tell, but we're usually around the same exact part. If, you know, this is coordinated, which I'm sure that it is, in any way, there are people who are amassing more Bitcoin, and this is being put into cold storage. The same exact thing, there was an article about Ethereum. It appears, I don't know if this is true, I read this somewhere, I think a friend sent it to me, about the amount of Ethereum that's being held by a small number of wallets as well. We know that, sorry if you heard the thing outside, I don't know what that is, some machine. We know the founders or creators of Ripple, not XRP, are holding 60% of the tokens themselves. I think a large part of all of these coins are actually being gobbled up and accumulated, so that when prices do go up, the people at the top still remain the richest. I don't know. Tell me what you think, because sometimes I feel like I fall deep into my own conspiracy theory type thoughts, but it seems believable. Like, why wouldn't these people be accumulating after all of this time? Why have we seen so much, you know, bullish sentiment and all these other things as prices were going down? I'm pretty sure these people were just filling their pockets up. We know that there are tons of millionaires out there who are in possession of 50,000, 100,000, 300,000 Bitcoins at one time. We can see the wallet addresses, and I'm pretty sure it's happening for all the other coins as well, especially when we have news that all these major institutions will begin trading and or using and or buying and or selling or allowing you to hold cryptocurrencies. It usually comes down to the top 10 coins. So I'm pretty sure this is kind of what's happening. And that's kind of where I guess I'll leave it off. You know, all of this is really speculation. This is all me. This is in my head. But I mean, it does make sense. You know, rich people were able to benefit from the market going up before. Prices have gone down, especially Bitcoin, to 1/3 around where it was before. So there's no reason why they wouldn't have continued buying it, especially when prices are much lower, to be able to have more money and more crypto when prices do start to go back up, especially because a lot of them missed out on January of last year, where Bitcoin was $900, Ethereum was $8, Ripple was less than a penny, Litecoin was $4. So I'm sure, myself, that they're trying to, you know, load up while they still can. All right, everyone, I'm done rambling. Hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you once again for all the support. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you all soon. See you.